Hello, my name is Adwait Jadhav, and I will be taking you through my master dissertation, Living in Collision. This thesis has been divided into 4 parts. The first 2 parts try to identify and understand how the city works. The third part explores the possibilities of enhancing the livability of Chicago. The fourth part explores a possible design solution. What is Chicago? According to the American Communities Project, Chicago can be categorized as a big city, represented here by the bright pink color. By definition, Chicago is considered a big city due to a number of its characteristics. For example, 35% of its population is highly educated, and there is a great difference between the rich and the poor demographics. There is also a high rate of poverty and crime. It is also known as a big city, as it is surrounded by urban suburbs and exurbs. Urban suburbs are residential areas having significant urbanity. They can be seen lying just outside the bounds of the downtown area, with a strong gridiron organization. The exurbs, on the other hand, are located further away from the city, and are generally spacious, monocultural neighborhoods. But Chicago is much more than this. Chicago has parallel realities, speed and energy. The flow of the study follows a similar path. As mentioned earlier, Chicago is a very complex city, so I've tried to simplify and study it in parts which I think will affect the way people use the city. There are a number of factors which feed into the system, which I will be trying to develop. We have many parallel realities at work in the city, but the most evident are the urban and the suburban conditions which affect the city. The future reality can be considered as a mix of both of these realities as they develop further along the timeline. The city can be read with respect to different speeds. The energy of the users affect how the city is experienced. In the last stage, I will talk about what can be revisited and monumentalized. This thesis focuses on understanding the pursuit of the city lifestyle. What makes Chicago function as it does, and what are the aspects of the lifestyle that people pursue? To understand this question, we will look at a 3-part study of the clash of the city and the suburban areas, speed of the city, and energy of the users. We can all agree that there is an inherent difference in the lifestyle of the urban and the suburban zones of Chicago. Here you can see some quotes which have been taken from the accounts of people who were asked which of these realities they would prefer living in. These quotes show the positives and the negatives of each, as well as their personal preference. Due to this, we cannot use this for a factual analysis, but it gives us a starting point for the following research. The suburban and the urban realms both have living and working spaces as seen in these images. Each has a different typology than the other, but they serve a similar purpose. The collision of these present a possibility for change. How does the concept of speed of the city change the perception and the lens through which the city is observed and used? The study has been divided into 4 speeds of the city: very fast, fast, slow, and very slow or stationary. The view of a very fast speed is such that the immediate surroundings seem to be moving by too fast, and therefore are not visible. There is, however, a decent visual connection with the objects which are further away. This is known as the distance standpoint. At a fast speed, there is a visual connection with the surroundings, but there isn't any way to interact with them unless the user leaves their vehicle by finding a parking spot. The slow speed of users on microtransportation allows them to move relatively quickly through the city, but still interact with their surroundings by stopping immediately. The very slow speed of pedestrians moving through the city allows them to look at and interact with their surroundings very easily. There is an inherent energy which the users possess. The clashing of routines and the changes in intensity can cause certain collisions of people, objects, and life. As seen here, when the energy is mixed at different speeds, It can cause problems such as vehicular and pedestrian crashes, crime, environmental concerns, and sanitation issues. Can these collisions be met with more positive collisions to create better living spaces in the city? The oblique city landscape is a mixture of a number of different city landscapes, which show the possibilities of liveliness and complexity in a city. The composite image here has been created with the backdrop of Chicago now and in the 1900s, along with the lively streets of Tokyo and Bangalore. There are complexities in this view, there are collisions, there is work, and there is life. In order to make the city more livable, we must slow down the speed of people. To experience the city as a pedestrian, we can take a look at the slowest vehicular infrastructure in the city, the parking lot. Chicago is known for its many monumental parking lots which have celebrated the invention of the automobile over the years. These are just some of the many parking lots in Chicago, and they form a network along with the grid of the city. This is important for the next part of the exploration. The parking lots of Chicago are not only connected physically through the grid and the L train, but also through web and mobile applications, such as the ones created by Park Chicago Service and Park One Service. With further integration on these mobile platforms, the existing virtual infrastructure can also be used to connect the public spaces. A user can book or find a parking spot anywhere in the city using these apps, such as the ones mentioned above. But they can also use the same app to find the integrated public space, which is a part of the parking lot. In order to demonstrate this, we have to look at the space syntax analysis of the loop area, to see which parking lots can be used to explore the idea of these integrated public spaces. Here we can see the most integrated paths along the grid of the city. The parking lot, which is marked here in teal, lies on the corner of Wabash and Randolph, which are the most integrated roads, and has a connection with the L train as well. How can this parking structure be remonumentalized for the people of the city instead of for cars? These images give a glimpse of the idea. Although the L train and the urban corridor were bringing people around the area, people do not have a desire to go inside a dark parking lot, unless it's for the sole purpose of parking their car. To make the lot more lively, the first 3 levels of parking have been opened up to create a vibrant and flexible space which can be used to house the number of functions. For example, a farmer's market, a cultural square, food stalls, cafes, a space for outdoor block parties, or even an area for COVID-19 testing centers. Apart from the addition of functions in this flexible space, there are other benefits as well. It decompresses the width of the otherwise narrow sidewalks and creates an open space where the city can be seen in the oblique view. The outermost part of the parking lot has been freed to create an animated facade of people and activities on the monumental staircase typology. The stairs provide a flexible seating space in the busy city. You can sit there and enjoy the outdoor movie or a cultural performance. You can use the space as a small office or meeting area, or even take in the vistas from the viewing deck. The strong yellow coloring makes it stand out in the jungle of red bricks, gray concrete, and blue glass. When the network of these public spaces is created, it will be easy to spot a place to take a break in the city. The flexible space is elevated from the road and gives a true oblique city experience. The stairs allow people to park their cars and take the scenic route to the street. Because of the exposed movement of people, it adds dynamism to the city. The rooftop can be used as a mixed zone of urban farming and sports. It provides a view for the surrounding buildings, as if watching a game from a private box. Now let us take a listen to the atmosphere of the city.